Hello Flosstube, welcome back. My name is Dawn and this is my channel Frosty XStitch. I know I should have come back and shown you what I've been stitching on a long time ago, but circumstances, mental health, Fasnacht, all sorts of things came and went. And I then put out a video about Stitch Basel Light, so that people, because usually I would put that out before sign up starts, but that was not possible. Yeah, I don't need to go into Stitch Basel Light. This is not about Stitch Basel Light, but I just would like to say that Stitch Basel Light is in September, the 20th to the 22nd of September, here in Basel, and it's a meetup, basically a stitchy meetup, and it's open to everybody. I would encourage mainland Europe people to come, because it's you know, it's nearer for you than to go to the States or wherever, and you can meet Flosstubers that you otherwise might not meet. There's lots of German Flosstubers that do their Flosstubes in German, but there's also from the Netherlands and, like I said, Europe, and I include Great Britain, even though they have retreats and everything. But we do still have some spots left, and what we also have is we have about 5 spots left for 2 days. So you can just sign up for 2 days instead of 3 days, because I know that some people have children that they can't take out of school, or they might have to work on Friday. So you can sign up for 2 days and it'll be a tiny bit cheaper. It's already, the retreat itself is not that expensive. It's the hotel and the travelling and the food that you'll have to pay for yourself. Anyway, we had a Swiss Stitchers meetup, and that was one of the main reasons why Stitch Basel came to be, because I know there are stitchers, there are cross stitchers in Switzerland, and sorry, but a lot of them are not on social media. So how do you find them? How do you get to know these stitchers that are in Switzerland? And Stitch Basel helped. So I could meet other cross stitchers, some who came to Stitch Basel and some who I've only found afterwards. And we met up at the beginning of February, and it was just a sort of bit more than half a day, and we just sat and talked and stitched or laughed and chatted, and it was fantastic. There's going to be a meetup, I think, tomorrow in Zurich, and somebody else is organising that one. I don't know how many people are going, or because I can't go, unfortunately. And yeah, I just hope that, you know, this will start people organising events and meeting other stitchers in real life. That's because it's been something that we haven't really had, and I started my Flosstube to sort of get into the community, and it was just so lovely. So yeah. Anyway, you're here for cross stitch, so why don't I just start? I have fully finished object. You hardly ever see that on my channel, I know, but it's also pretty. It's the smallest one. So you might know that Alba Stitcher is doing, well, it started on Burns Night, which was the 25th of January. Oh, I might have showed this. I don't think it did. Yeah, so that was Burns Night, and you should have started, well, you can start basically whenever you like, because we do SALs as in start-alongs. So for Burns Night, you would start something for the Mighty Wee Nation SAL, because the Mighty Wee Nation is Scotland. So you would do something Scottish related. So I had this kit Scottish thistle, and I finished it. Might have had it finished last time, but it came with, you just put it in there and it's got the magnet on it, so it would be for a fridge magnet. But you know, most kitchens now, they don't have the fridge door, they have everything with the same wood or whatever you've chosen. So my fridge door has wood on it, so this does not stick. So it's too small to be a coaster. So I don't quite know what to do with it, because the magnet doesn't really, like I say, I don't have anything. It's wood there, it's upholstery there, and my light isn't, yeah, so, and I'm not going through it near my computer with this. So anyway, I've got a fully finished object. Yay. And it's the smallest, of course it's the smallest, otherwise it wouldn't be fully finished. Then I did start with Alba Stitcher as well, but with all the others there were quite a few of us who started, I think on the 1st of November. It was our first LongDogSAL, but we also joined in with Eilean Stitcher and others, because when Amanda announced that she wanted to start her first long dog, we had already talked, and I said, well, I've got a long dog sitting here waiting to be started from last leap year down, because there was last leap year there was the leap year LongDogSAL, and it was ready for that. Well, it wasn't ready for that, but I wanted to do it for that, and it never started it. So I said I would join her, and we were going to start on the 1st of November, and then Sally, Sally Stitches, Stitchy Sally, sorry Sally, Stitchy Sally, she then said she wants to join in the birthday SAL from Eilean Stitcher and some others, and they're doing Let's Get the Dogs Out SAL, and that would be on the 3rd of November. So she would join that. She also wants to join that. So we decided, well, it's only 2 of us, let's start on the 3rd. I mean, you know, it's a start along. It's a start along. So we started that, and I've shown you this before. I did not get very much work done on it. It's Templar Prophesy, so I'm not going to show a picture because you wouldn't know where I am anyway, because I'm not doing the top border the way that it's charted. I'm going to do the top differently. So I basically went across, and I'm nearly on the other side, but only nearly, not quite. Yeah, so that's my start. I think it's actually a decent start, but like I say, I haven't stitched on this very much yet. It's got a lot to do with the setup that I have at the moment, because yeah, still moth problem still, and yeah, so I don't actually have a nice setup with pattern keeper and everything, and I need pattern keeper for this. Even though it's got back stitches in it, and back stitches you need the PDF, but it's not a problem. I tend to, I'm sorry, I'm out of focus. I don't know why. I tend to do the back stitch when I stitch, as I do the beading while I stitch. And of course, if the back stitch doesn't show up in pattern keeper, I don't know when to do the back stitch. And I'm not going to go at the end of this and do like 5 days of, or even more of back stitch. I'm not doing that. So I need to work out how to go about that. But at the moment, it's here. It would be ready to be picked up anytime. But yeah, I had other things, because as you know, somehow it seems to be the year of stitches turning 50 this year. I'm sorry, I'm balancing stuff. Yeah, it seems to be the year of stitches turning 50, and there's Sew Me Sarah in Ireland and Flossie Sews and Grows, which I think is Sally. They're doing the 50 for 50, so I think it's called something like fun for 50 SAL 2024, something like that. So they're going to start 50 projects in the year they're turning 50. Because I'm turning 50 this year, I said, well, I can't do 50 projects. I'll do 5. But then there's the German Stitchy Mama, who's also turning 50. By the way, happy birthday. She had her birthday yesterday. So she decided, well, last year she did around 50 new starts. So she thought, well, I might do 50 new starts, but there's no pressure on it. So she's doing that as well. So I'm joining in and I'm starting. I'm just starting. Actually, I think I wanted to do this last year. Just start project after project after project. Not that I've already got shelves full of whips or anything. But so yeah, I'm a bit overwhelmed. And that's why I needed to film a Flosstube so that I can put some of these whips away. But yeah. This one is just going to sort of be on the sidelines, and when I feel like it, I'll get it out. I started Lily of the Valley at the beginning of the year with, I'm sorry, this stuff is just heavy, in one of Frog and Fudge's bags, because it just holds everything. Yeah, so I'm doing Lily of the Valley, and I'm sorry I haven't got Lily of the Valley out. Sorry. No. Nothing happened. It's this one. Gives you sort of, don't know if you can see that. That's Lily of the Valley. And I'm doing this one with Stitchy Mama and Colour Fever. So this is what it looks like now. And as you can see, I've sort of started, I started in the middle. Let's see, how can I show this? Yeah, I sort of started in the middle and then I went up. And this is already where I think the skin coming there. So then I went down again and there's creme in there already. As you can see it shimmering. You can also see there's beads up here. And there's beads when you come down, there's cryoneck. And now I've already went into here, one of these. You have lots of these, they're sort of going to be like petals coming. And these are beads. They're quite thick beads. These are seed beads, the green ones are seed beads. And the other ones are larger beads. So I'm just going wherever it's taking me. And because it's a start along, you know. We started sort of together, more or less. So, yeah, whenever you feel like it, you just stitch on it. And show the progress on Instagram, and that's fine. And Colour Fever's coming to Stitch Basel on 2 days. Stitchy Mama does not know yet if she can come or not, but that's okay. You know, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And because I had to change the date, you know, some people, yeah, just, I couldn't really help it. Anyway, that was, so for the My TV Nation SAL, my actual project for that was this one. And it's a kit that I think my dad got for me when he was there. Eilean Donan Castle. And I'm sorry, this sort of arts all over the place. What have I done? Everything's still okay. Yep. And this is where I am now. So as you can see, I've actually done quite a lot of work. I started in the middle, which was somewhere there. And then sort of got this side done, and then I sort of moved over there because that's usually the direction I stitch. And then the line, because as you can see, everything that's sort of mirrored in the rotor is a blend. And it's just confetti and blends, and yeah. So I'm doing that, and then so I have a lot more to go down here. And then here it's just sort of outlining with, I think it's, yeah, with one strand. It's outlining up here, but I still have to fill in the castle and the other side, as you can see here. See, so this is all one strand sort of outlining of those, but I still have all of this to do over here. And here, as you can see, I'm nearly finished, but I still have quite a bit to do. So yeah, but it's nice and easy. The only sort of flaw, if you can consider that a flaw, is that the pattern is charted by a computer. You can see that, but the symbol, the legend that you use for the symbols is drawn by hand. So I was searching for the dot, and usually I just have in my head the dot usually in Mirabilia's Nora Corbett is white. Here I knew it's probably not white, so I'll have to go and search for it. Now I found a dot, but it was like a really big dot. And I thought, but that would be totally the wrong color. Until I found that there's a small dot, which basically is just a pencil dot. You can't, so it's very confusing because it's so nicely charted, and then the legend is done by hand. And it's got like, you know, you have 2 strands of that color, you have 1 strand of the color, and then you have the blend. So you have 3 symbols for, say, on the same color. And then there's 2 separate blends because they have 2 different colors. Whereas the blend, everything that's blended down here is blended with the same blue. So that's why you can do it in the same. Maybe I'm just over explaining. Never mind. Never mind. I'm stitching it, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, then I did a SAL last year with Sally, and probably one the year before. So yeah, I just said I missed our SALs. So she said, well, what designs do you have, or what have you got in mind? And I said, well, I would like to do this. But yeah, I'm not a sample stitcher. I'm not but anyway, I really like this, so I bought it and I had it, and I said, well, this is one of them. And she said, oh, I really like that, I'll get that, let's SAL this together. Now I'm an Aida stitcher, so I even would have the cold for fabric in 16 count Aida, which would give me a 45 centimeter long pincushion, which is like not really a pincushion, is it? So yeah, I've got this. Sorry, haven't got the details, but I've written it down somewhere. Well, it's 25 count, and I'm doing it 1/1. So yeah, it's even weave. So it's even weave. Dawn never does even weave, and Dawn doesn't do 1/1. So uneven weave. But it's all DMC, so that's nice, and it's actually turning out really nice. I'm now just a bit frustrated that I filled in, had the rows finished and the second rows underneath there, but there's fill in, and it actually looked really nice just the way it was on this fabric. But I filled it in, and now, yeah, I can't rip it out. Yeah, would not happen. Anyway, so while I'm showing you this, Sally has finished hers. Just sort of like, but that's a start along. That's why we do start alongs, because Sally said that she would just pick this up sort of when she's found time, you know, in the afternoon when she feels like it, she'll just pick it up and stitch on it. I think she did it on 36 count over 2. Not sure. I think she did the cold for, which is, yeah, 36 count. So she took 36 count over 2, and of course she's used to that. So stitching that for her is you know, just goes with the flow. And she just picked it up when she felt like it, and then there was a spot free. She finished something and she had a spot free, and then she just picked this up instead of the other and finished it. So hers looks really, really nice. Mine is just, I guess it's nice, but I really need to finish it. And I mean, I'm nowhere near finishing it, if you can sort of, you know, a long way to go. But that's fine. The life of a stitcher. Yeah, then I've got this, it was sort of, when I was watching Stitching Jules at the beginning, no, it wasn't her beginning of Flosstube, but it was when I started watching Flosstube. I watched a lot of Stitching Jules, because she did a lot of full coverage and large pieces, and it was just fantastic to watch. And she did a lot of Ronnie Rowe designs, and Ronnie Rowe just uses just simple X's and just puts them all over the place. So unfortunately he does a lot of patriotic stuff. So there's lots of, it's like patriotic buildings, ships, stuff like that, which isn't really my style. He's now branched out, he's doing colour, but still the same style. And he has a Flosstube channel, by the way, in case you didn't know. Anyway, so Stitching Jules now also she designs, and this is in a style of Ronnie Rowe. Sorry, glare. So this is basically what it will look like, and as you can see, it's just little X's. So that's what I'm doing, little X's on Pattern Keeper. Now, this is, I think this is somewhere where his mouth is, and then this is going to be an arm coming out. But yeah, at the moment it just looks like, Dawn, what are you doing? But I promise you it will turn out like really beautiful. And it's actually not got that many stitches, and it's going to be a birthday present from my brother in about a year. That should be doable if I remember to stitch on it. Which I'll do. I will do. It's just, yeah, and a nice little project back there. Yeah, and then there was the, yeah, there's a group on Facebook that said, let's do a leap year SAL. So get something ready, and then we'll start on a leap year day, and then you have 4 years to finish it. And because I already had started my long dog, I couldn't really use that for it. So I decided to go with 3 projects, and it's 2 Nora Corbetts, it's Claire and I can't remember the name of the second one. It doesn't matter. One of them's Claire. Maybe it's actually written in here. Hang on. No. Careful. Sorry. Yeah, that's Claire. As you can see, Nora Corbett. And of course the other one is not on the back. Usually you sort of have the ones on the back that belong together. So I don't know, her companion is somewhere in here, but yeah, but also a bag by Frog and Fudge, because there's 3 projects in here. Well, no, actually there's 4 projects in here. So this is where xJudesigns came, and they sold fabric at Stitch Basel last year. They're coming this year as well. So Tibor held up this fabric, and I immediately knew that I would have to have Claire and her companion on this fabric. and there's enough space because this is 22 count XJudesigns fabric in Bordeaux. So there's going to be Claire on this side and her companion on the other side, and they're sort of going to be looking at each other. And I just knew it. He held it up and I immediately knew what I need to put on it. So now, because they're coming this year as well, I thought, well, I need to start. So I'm doing these two plus the next one that I'm going to show you that I haven't started yet as my leap year SAL, because it's going to take me, well, these two might not take me 4 years, but the next one will. So like I said, this is Claire, and this is just the start, so that I got it started on a leap year day. That was sort of, yeah. And these bags are so nice and sturdy, so that I can actually put the original in here without it getting spoiled. So that's pretty handy. Not all project bags lend themselves to that, so you usually just have the working copy in there. So yeah, the next one I wanted to start it with because, like I said, it's the year of cross stitches turning 50. So Stitchy Mama said she would start for her birthday, and this is I got this from Pauline on Instagram. Project bag, perfect for projects like this, where you know you have pattern and floss and what, yeah, you have so much in here. So she chose this one to be her birthday start, and I already knew that this is the only Bella Filipina that I have, and I bought it, I think pretty much when it came out, and I thought that I would like to start it this year maybe, but I didn't really have plans. But when she said she'll start this for her birthday, and she then opened it up because there were other stitchers who said they would stitch with her, so it was basically you could start anytime in March. Well, her birthday was yesterday. I was going to start yesterday with her, but she already started it, so and I was not at home yesterday, so I couldn't start it yesterday. I was actually going to start it today, but today I'm filming, so I'll probably start it tomorrow. So that's the Bella Filipina, and the fabric, I'm sorry, this is compostable fabric, plastic, which I don't believe it really is for normal garden compost, but it's from Chromatic Alchemy, and it's Amethyst Spirit. So this is the fabric I'm going with. I'm really sorry, it's awfully noisy. And what I don't like about the pattern is that it is, yeah, I'm going to show you some of the pattern. You can see here that the pattern has, it's black and white, but then some of the symbols are blue or green or even pink. And you can see it here, I think you have the pink that you have here, there, is like an arrow, sort of like an arrow going up, but then you also have the pink arrow going down up here. And I'm sorry, but just either do it in black and white, and don't choose symbols that are arrows up and arrows down and arrows left and arrows right, and then use the same color for it. It's really confusing. And yeah, hashtag black and white printers are still a thing. So yeah, I still have black and white. So I couldn't copy this because this is my working copy. I had to get my brother to copy this for me. And I don't really like to ask my family to do copy work for cross stitch. It's just, yeah, I prefer to do my own. So anyway, so I can't show you a start on it, but it'll be started probably tomorrow. Let's try not to make so much noise. Sorry. Quickly stop here. Okay, so those there's one more that I started. Yeah, this is a bit of yeah, my project bag, also from Pauline on Instagram. And this has got my smallest project in it. Yeah, doesn't matter. Yeah, it's just that, you know, when you buy bags and they come and you can't use them yet because you need to show them on Flosstube, it's not that I actually do that, but this time it just happened to be. Anyway, last year at Stitch Basel Colour Fever, she created this really beautiful, okay, still there, this really beautiful silk with the colours of the retreat. You can't really see it, can you? Anyway, so Caroline CZook, she's also got a birthday. She's not 50, but she had a birthday a few days ago, last week, can't remember. Anyway, she chose this. I didn't see that video where she showed this, or I blanked it, I don't know. But when Sarah, Stitching Mummy, said that she saw this and she had to have it because it's just beautiful, and she's going to join in the birthday SAL, which I think is Floral. I'm going to put the hashtags in a drop down box anyway. Now I was stitching, I think, 3 different projects all in the red. So I had to get this because it's beautiful. I used to do calligraphy as a hobby, so, you know, special alphabets are something that I really like. So I needed to have it, so I got it. And then there came the question, Don, what colours are you going to use? And I said, well, it's monochromatic. And then it's like, oh yeah, but it's got like little vines and flowers, and so there's a unicorn chart out there somewhere, but unfortunately the designer is not alive anymore, and her family is not producing them anymore. They've taken them all off the market, so you can't get it. So it's really a unicorn chart. So I decided, okay, I'll do it like the unicorn chart, and then just do every letter in that colour that one would be. But because this one's got all these floral things in between, I thought, like, well, that won't work. And then I saw from Nashville, from JBW she put out an alphabet pretty much like this one, with a light blue and a dark blue. And I thought, like, oh yeah, that would be really nice on white Aida, not on cream, on white Aida. That would, and I got 2 really nice colours, 2 really nice blues. Yeah, and then I thought, no, I haven't actually seen anybody stitch with this one yet, the Stitch Basel silk. And so I decided, well, Dawn, then maybe you should. So, and I didn't know, you know, everybody said, well, you'll have to see if you know, the variegation will work. And I think it does. I think it does. I think this is pretty nice. I like that the colours change. And the only colour that's not in the variegation is green. So I had to use, it's one of these fabrics that's stamped, so it's white on the back and green on front, and it's called Dawn. Sorry, I've written it down. It's in the project bag. Yeah, which is of course now a massive project bag. Did I write it on here? Yeah, it's 16 count woodland. The dyer does not dye anymore, so you can't get this. It's an old piece of fabric, but I was so happy when I found this. I had 2 greens, but this one was just a nice one, and I really like it. So it's the M, and it's like a large M and a small D, and there's sort of a vine going up there. And I could, you know, I could do it like Stitchy Mummy has already shown hers, and she's doing the letters in blue, the vines in green, and the flowers in pink. But then of course you really have to go and look, what is a flower, what is a leaf, what is a, yeah. So I'm not doing that. And also doing the different letters in different colours, I also decided, no, too much work. Like this I can just go and stitch. So I'm really enjoying this. So those were my whips. I don't think I've had so many whips to show for a very long time, or ever. I don't think I ever had so many whips to show at once, or sort of like, I don't know. Doesn't matter. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to sort of make space because, yes, there's not very much, but that was what just basically, yeah, fell down like that. Why don't I just pick everything up? I might actually, yeah, if I could do it, it would help. I'm sorry, bit of a mess today, but who cares? You're here for the stitching and the haul and whatever. So let's start. I bought fabric. Yeah, I bought fabric. It's not as if I need fabric because I actually bought from xJudesigns so much fabric that I'll never get through it. But you know how it is. Because I needed fabric for something, and then unfortunately the one that I chose that I wanted for that project turned out to be I'm not used to this. You can see I'm not used to showing fabric or floss. So this is, okay, it's fabric by CraftyKate. I've ordered from her before, years ago, and I can't say the name. That's the name. And it's 18 count Aida, which is my sweet spot. And it should have been a lot like this, sort of blue, sort of bluish like that. Unfortunately, it turned out to be pretty green. Even though it looks more blue and sort of turquoisey like that, but it's actually, especially here, this is, for me, that's really green, and I really wanted it more blue. So I could not use it for that project. But the other two, and this is jade, and this is really jade, and it looks like jade, so this now is looking blue to you, isn't it? Yeah, this is green. This is definitely green. And it's green. It's not the colour that you see. And that will work for the project that I wanted to. So that was good. And this one is my favourite, and it's called Midnight. And this really is midnight. And it's just beautiful. It's just, this is so beautiful. Yeah, you'll probably go, but Dawn, your favourite colour is purple. Yes, it is. But I've got xJudesign fabric in old shades of lilac and purple and dark red and whatever. So that's fine. And xJu is coming again this year, and she'll come again next year, I hope. And I can buy more from her. Anyway, so this is Midnight. And it'll suit the project that I've got. I mean, you know, I've got so much, but yeah, I needed to buy fabric. And then the one that I wanted for a project didn't work. But it doesn't matter, does it? Because you can always use fabric. Yeah, I bought patterns. Now, I bought a few PDF patterns that I can't show you because there's going to be a smalls exchange. I think at the moment I haven't really put the information out there. I've put a sort of preview information on a Discord server for the people who've signed up for Stitch Basel this year. But I'm going to change the size restrictions to a bit smaller. It's going to be, the smalls exchange should be between 40 stitches, 40 by 40 stitches to 65 by 65 stitches. And you can stitch on whatever fabric you want to. So, you know, the size of the project then depends on the stitch count and the fabric you use. So I'm not going to show those PDFs because I haven't chosen yet which one I want to stitch, and it should be a bit of a surprise. But I bought this. This is from Jasmine's Made with Love, and there's going to be a SAL with me and Alba Stitcher, because she's got the 3 owls from this series. There's fishes and there's one more. I can't remember what they are. But it's not going to happen this year because it's Easter. It's Easter now, so I'm not going to do that now. But yeah, sorry about that. And then of course I had to have, as you know, Santa's house. I mean, you know how it is. I knew that everybody's going to get Santa's house, so I said, okay, no, I'm not going to get Santa's house. But then they brought this one out, and it was like, oh, okay, Dawn, you need this one. This one, you really need this one. So if I'm getting this one, I might as well get this one. So yeah, that's the way of a stitcher's life, but you know that. And then this one has been sort of creeping around for quite some time. Does it say 2005? Apparently it's a Swiss sampler, but to me, yeah, the chalet is Swiss. Even a woman would be Swiss, but the cow, our cows don't look like that. They don't. They just don't. And me and samplers, but I thought if I'm already, you know, complaining that we don't really have Swiss cross stitch, we do have Swiss cross stitch, it's just not, nobody's putting it out there. So I thought, well, at least have a Swiss sampler. So I got that. Not that I stitch it. And then I got from, sorry, yeah, I ordered Stitching Button Vicky with friends. So she's in Miami, I'm here, and she does bags. She does lots and lots of cross stitch bags. She does needle minders, all sorts of stuff. She does these little things that I did a little reel on my Instagram just to show somebody what this actually is. So this is like a little squishy tube, and it's got like a scissor fob thingy on it, Big Ben, and it's for when you run your needle underneath the threads on the back to finish it off. And if you were playing like thread chicken or whatever, you can hardly usually get your needle through there, and then there's only that much of the needle showing, so you can just put this over the needle and squash it together, and then you have more pull. And for me, with Eilean Donan Castle, I don't know, my tension on that is I just seem to pull, don't know why, and I can get the needle in, and then I just can't pull it out, even though it's actually a pretty long needle. I can't pull it out, so I've got like these little pliers that for fine work, you know, when you do stuff like this. And I use that. It's from my dad. I had to borrow it because I have, you know, the big ones that you use when you need to do stuff in your house. So I've got these really delicate ones, but oh my god, I really have to pull my thing out there. And now I've got one of these, and it's really good because you have more grip. You really have grip on it, and then you just can pull your needle through. Oh, lifesaver. So if you want these, go to the Facebook group Stitch and Button, and you can find stuff like this on there. But what you also can find, and yeah, she phoned, well, we did a sort of video call, I think it must have been November or beginning of November, when she said, Dawn, I'm going to cut out project bags I'm going to cut out the fabric for project bags, and I'm going to make project bags and art bags and books and whatever. And I know that you like Christmas, and shall I show you what I've got? And then I'll make the bags, and then, you know, you already have sort of pre-ordered. I said, yes, please. So they came. They came in March. Yay. Now everybody sort of said, but, you know, why do you order in November and then you get them in March? Well, I don't care, because I do Christmas 365 because I've still got all my Santas still in a row up in front of my TV. So, you know, I can do Christmas all year round. Anyway, so she had this fantastic. I mean, I'm sorry, but this just, yeah, had to have it. And she also does these art books. It's new that now she does them with pockets. So if you have, you know, fancy floss, you can sort of put it in there, or you can put scissors in there, and then you just can put everything in there and squeeze it closed. And then put that in your project bag. And inside it's got nice fabric, and she always puts a lovely silver pull in there. So yeah, and this was, I think she did a Christmas bag last year, where you got a bag and you got all sorts of goodies inside for Christmas. I think, was this was last year, and next, is it this year that she's going to do Halloween? Or did she already do Halloween? I don't know. Anyway, so I saw everybody getting this bag, and I went like, oh, I want that one as well. So she said, yeah, she's still got fabric, and the inside fabric is this one. So it's actually not showing up as nice as it really is. Doesn't matter. I've got the art book to go with it. And this one, I think this one was the first one she showed me. It's steampunk Christmas, and I mean, yeah, of course I had to have it. And also lovely inside fabric and the art book to go with it. So yeah, because you see, I don't have to have matchy. I really don't care. So even though now, you know, at the moment the art book that's in the project bag fits the project bag, but once I start, you know, I get a new project out and I'm looking for an art book, I'll take any art book, and I'll take whatever project bag is around, and it'll just be whatever it is. It'll just happen. And nothing matches anymore. But that's absolutely fine by me. Fine by me. I just had to have all these. And then, of course, because she did a live, yeah, she did a live Flosstube sale at about 2 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday or something for me. Different time for her, of course. So I ordered these sometime last year. No. Sorry, I always forget that I have to turn off my screensaver, because sometimes it just does whatever it likes. Forgot about that. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so I ordered this sometime last year when she did one of her YouTube online sales, which was something like 2 o'clock in the morning for me. Of course, a normal time for her. So I ordered things like this, and then ordered the fabric for these. Ordered the fabric for the bags in November, and it came last week. So that's how you get surprises during the year, because I've already paid for it. So, you know, that's all. Anyway, I think that was all that was on my list. Of course, I could go on talking for a long time, but I'm going to stop here because I still have to do this one now in German. Yeah, so I hope you have a bank holiday today, as we do. It's sort of Green Friday, whatever that means, whatever it's called in your part of the world. So it's a bank holiday here, and that's why I could do a video today, because we have building site out back there and building site out back there, and somebody new moving in here. Well, somebody old moving out and somebody new moving in. It was just so much noise, so I couldn't do it. yeah, and then tomorrow is a normal Saturday, and then we have Easter and then Easter Monday, bank holidays. So nothing is open and whatever. So yeah, so that's it. And happy stitching, happy Easter if you celebrate. I don't celebrate Easter, so but happy Easter, happy bunnies, happy eating chocolate, and happy stitching. Bye.